let's talk about King Charles, because we've heard this morning that he has returned to London for what is expected to be further treatment following his cancer diagnosis. Is that a picture from this morning, or is that a recent picture?
These are pictures from this morning.
Oh, OK. Well, Cameron Walker, our royal correspondent, is the man who knows.
He's in that royal limo. He wants to be seen.
He absolutely wants to be seen. So he landed in the Buckingham Palace back garden in a helicopter with Queen Camilla earlier today. They have travelled. The pictures you just seen is them travelling between Buckingham Palace and Clarence House. You're right, Andrew. If the king did not want to be seen, he would not travel in that Rolls-Royce with the big windows. That's the whole purpose of the car, and clearly he wants to be seen by the public. We don't know what treatment he's receiving. He is expected to receive treatment while he is in London, but we saw him walking to the church at Sandringham on Sunday following his first round of treatment, and he looks pretty fit and healthy at the moment, but clearly we do know he's had a cancer diagnosis and he's getting the appropriate treatment.
And with Queen Camilla?
Yes, with Queen Camilla. She's got a number of engagements planned in the London area this week, so that's why perhaps she's with him. The King, as we have spoken about at length, is expected to continue with meetings behind the scenes, so it's thought he is going to have a few official meetings either at Clarence House or Buckingham Palace while he is in London, but what we're not going to see is him carrying out public engagements with members of the public. So it's going to be very controlled.
It's good to see him this morning.
I think people will be
looking well. We don't know how long he'll be in London for, do we?
We don't, but it's certainly
Sandringham.
Possibly back to Sandringham. We don't know if the Queen's going to travel back and forth. We know she's got some engagements all week actually. Up until Thursday. So
OK. Let's talk then about Prince Harry and Meghan's website. This is Sussex.com. Now, I had a quick look, and it still looks like a website in development to me, but what my eyes are also drawn to is this royal crest.
Yes.
Is that a problem, Cameron?
So it's a lot of controversy about this crest. The crest you are seeing was one that was granted to Meghan by the Queen in 2018 following their wedding. So it's split in half. The right-hand side is Meghan's half. So that it's a black and white photograph you're seeing there. But if you see it in colour, it's representing the Pacific Ocean, the blue of California, the songbird emblem of communication and flowers native to California. On the left-hand side is Prince Harry's side, and that is the royal family crest, as you can imagine, as well as red escallops representing the Spencer family, Princess Diana's family. So they are clearly still wanting to use that royal connection, royal crest, which could prove a bit of a problem for them.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are back in the headlines, but not for the reasons they hoped. Their latest PR blunder has left the royal family fuming and royal insiders calling it their biggest mistake yet. Tonight, we're diving deep into what went wrong, how the palace is responding, and why this could be the final straw for the Sussexes' crumbling reputation. So, what happened this time? Reports claim the Sussexes made an ill-timed PR move, a self-promotional campaign that clashed directly with a key royal event. Instead of positive attention, it came across as tone-deaf, opportunistic, and disrespectful to the monarchy. Even their supporters are calling it a strategic misfire. One royal commentator said bluntly, "They've lost touch with how the world sees them. It's no longer about privacy or purpose. It's about publicity." And the palace? They've had enough. Behind closed doors, royal aides are reportedly livid. The King's camp sees this as another example of the Sussexes trying to overshadow official royal duties. Palace sources told the Mail that senior courtiers were stunned, calling it a blatant PR misstep at the worst possible time. King Charles, we're told, is trying to stay calm, but Prince William? He's furious. To him, every miscalculated move from Harry and Meghan feels like another public embarrassment for the family. And let's be honest, when the firm turns icy, that's when you know the damage is real. Once Harry and Meghan were unstoppable, Netflix deals, magazine covers, talk show appearances. But now, the tide's turning. Their brand feels tired, predictable, and let's face it, desperate.
Because the argument would be that they're using that royal crest to assist them monetising of their life.
Yeah, that is the accusation.
What his website's all about. Telling us how he's a best-selling author and all the rest of it.
Yeah, and a source has told the Mail this morning that this could get the Sussexes into real trouble. If the royal title has a hint of commercialism, then they could well have to shut this website down. A source close to the Sussexes has told the Mail that Prince Harry and Meghan are the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. That's a fact. That's their surname. That's their name.
But it's the crest. crest, isn't it?
It is the crest, but if you look back at what they agreed in 2020, Andrew, when they stepped back as working members of the royal family, what they agreed, the royal family and Harry and Meghan, was that they would not use the word royal for any commercial endeavours. What they didn't agree on was the word Sussex. And I suspect it's going to come down to the interpretation of the word royal or something around royal. Does the crest constitute a link to the royal family, which clearly can't be commercialised under British government law?
They're rebranding because it was always about the Archewell Foundation before, but nobody knows what the Archewell Foundation is. But Sussex, as you know, he's the Duke of Sussex, she's the Duchess, very famous. Does this suggest that their money-making activities have stalled? Because we know they've lost the Spotify contract. A lot of talk that the Netflix contract won't be renewed.
Quite possibly, and we saw them on a red carpet in Jamaica recently, trying to butter up the Paramount boss as well, suggesting perhaps they're looking towards a commercial deal there. We don't know is the honest truth. What we do know is that clearly the polls on both sides of the Atlantic are not favourable to the Duke and Duchess of Sussex at the moment. As you said, the Spotify deal was cancelled prematurely. Yeah. They still have Spotify, but the fact they are relaunching this website on the eve before Harry and Meghan are seen in public together at the Invictus Games in Canada, which starts tomorrow, it's hinting that they're starting to do a lot more public appearances at the same time that William and Catherine, for example, and the King and Queen, well, not the Queen, but they're all scaling back because of health scares.
It looks very carefully timed.
Yeah.
And it does talk about the Archewell Foundation here, Andrew, saying it's to serve communities in need. And at the Archewell Foundation, the Duke and Duchess are committed to their mission.
Yeah, and it does link to their foundation, their charity arm of the Duke and Duchess's work, as well as Archewell Productions, which is their Netflix deal, Spotify and anything else they decide to do, plus, of course, their Sussex brand. So, yeah, it's all to play for.
This PR gaffe proves something royal watchers have been saying for months. The Sussexes are running out of moves. The outsider image worked at first, but now it's alienating audiences on both sides of the Atlantic. And when Hollywood starts to lose interest, the palace starts to look a lot more appealing again. The most powerful statement the royal family can make is silence. And that's exactly what they're doing. No response. No acknowledgement. Just distance. That's the monarchy's way of saying, you've gone too far to come back. Insiders say courtiers are advising the king not to engage, not to feed the drama. Because every time the Sussexes trip up, the palace's strategy of calm detachment makes them look stronger. So, can they bounce back from this? Maybe, but only if they finally stop treating PR like power. Every misstep chips away at their credibility, and this one might be the hardest to recover from. The public sympathy is fading, Hollywood's interest is cooling, and the royals are moving on without them. If this was meant to make a statement, it did, just not the one they wanted. Harry and Meghan's latest PR gaffe has done more than spark headlines. It's reignited the palace feud, damaged their image, and exposed just how fragile their fame has become. At this point, the Sussexes don't need another statement. They need silence. Because sometimes the best PR move is no move at all. Do you think the Sussexes can recover from this disaster? Or has the public finally lost patience? Let me know your thoughts below. Subscribe for fearless royal commentary, expert breakdowns, and unfiltered truth, because in the royal world, image is everything.